Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick story on the show Queer Eye. Do you remember that show? Did you ever watch it? I used to love watching that show, and it comes on Netflix, and every now and then I still peek at it on Netflix. Well, they said it was trouble on the set. One of the stars, Jonathan, they said he was a whole hot mess. He would have outbursts, screaming, yelling at the people, and everybody didn't want to film with everybody because somebody, when you have groups like that, always wants to be the standout star. First it was the Supremes, then it was Diana Ross in the Supremes. First it was Destiny Child, then it became Beyonce. You know how it goes. Very rarely do we see a group that stays intact forever because it seems like there's always going to be someone in that group that says, hey, I'm more talented than the rest of y'all. So I guess this Jonathan, he had a little temper problem to the point where, production had to speak to him. But they said after they would speak to him, he would go on a set and still act crazy. Listen, guys, we're going to get more into the story right after this. All right, guys, let me go ahead and share screen. Jonathan refused to film Queer Eye with certain co-stars because they didn't want to share the spotlight, an expose stated. So Queer Eye standout Jonathan reportedly refused to work with some of their co-stars, according to the Rolling Stone expose published on Tuesday. He didn't want to ever share the spotlight with anyone, a member of the show production team claimed to the outlet. There were times we couldn't even shoot scenes with certain members of the Fab Five together because it got so bad. The source noted that there was absolutely tension between stars Bobby Burke, Carambo Brown, Tan France, and Antonio as well, but that Van Ness was the main contributor. So he was the one that was causing all the friction amongst the group. Okay, so always one. I got to cut up, act a fool, and mess up everybody else's money. Okay. So supporting the claim was a statement made by another production member who said the 36-year-old hairstylist's mood often dictated the atmosphere for the entire set. When he comes on set, everything changes. If he's in a bad mood, the one person claimed working with him is very difficult in any capacity. At least three other people described Jonathan, who identifies as non-binary, as an emotionally abusive individual with rage issues, while others told Rolling Stones they acted like a monster, a nightmare, and was demeaning. Ooh, come on, Jonathan. Maybe you need therapy. That's not nice. Another person close to production claimed there was a real emotion affair around them when they got angry. It was almost like a cartoon when it oozes out of them. The individual further alleged it's intense and scary. And while Netflix executives reportedly held at least one meeting with Jonathan about their concerning behavior, they allegedly carried on as usual when they went back to set. Not a whole menace to society. Good gosh. A rep for the television personality did not immediately respond to Page Six request for a comment regarding the accusations. Despite the discomforting remarks made about Jonathan, a source who previously worked with them told Rolling Stones they can be a joy to be around at times. Jonathan's a person who contains multitudes and has the capacity to be very warm, very charismatic, and has the capacity to make you feel really special, that they are paying you, special, that they are paying you attention to you. They noted. They added, but at least once a day, they would need to yell at somebody. It might be something small, but there's always going to be somebody to point out and blame and make the villain of the day. You know what? Let me just say this, and I have respect for everybody, but this they them, it 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 breaks the tradition of the English language. And I know I botch up the language anyway, but it really gets you tongue tied and twisted when you have to say they. But you know, I respect it, and we're gonna carry on. But I just thought I'd throw that out there, that it gets a little confusion and it becomes a lot, and you're like, oh my God, okay. Rolling Stone expose is not the first time the cracks in the beloved Netflix series has been highlighted. In January, Burke 42 stated he'd been feuding with France 40 behind the scenes. He said, Tan and I had a moment, he told Vanity Fair. There was a situation, and that's between Tan and I, and it has nothing to do with the show. It was something personal that had been brewing and nothing romantic. Just to clarify that, he added. So they're all fighting. However, they seemingly moved on from their drama. As Burke said, he and France embraced each other at the 2024 Creative Arts Emmys on January the 7th. By that time, Burke had already announced his departure from Queer Eye after 8 seasons to pursue other projects. Raising more questions about the group's dynamic, Brown, which is Carambo 43, stated in November 2023 that he, Burke, and Van were not invited to the other cast members' bachelor party. So they're fractured. It's a hot mess over there, okay? Although the Fab Five appeared to be the best of friends during the early seasons of the show, a production insider told Rolling Stone that they lived very different lives. The relationships has definitely changed since season 1, another production member explained. As in all workplaces, as time moves on, people become closer with some people and move further away from others. So they got a fractured friendship, okay? Yet another production source said fans should not be surprised at all by their fractured bond. Essentially, they were a group of people put together in their mid-30s and told to be best friends. But people don't expect that Queer Eye could be that, the insider disclosed. That's truly what it is. A manufactured boy band with big personalities, that certain ones were favored and certain ones were not. And then eventually Danes turned really toxic. So, you know, it's a shame. I mean, I love the show personally, and they did seem like they were all close. So kudos to them for being able to act it out for the screen, even though behind the scenes, it seems like everything was a whole hot mess. But anyway, guys, I think this happens, unfortunately, in many groups and many shows, because you're always, to me, it seems like you're always going to have that one that says, me. Even if they don't physically say it, it's like a me situation. I'm the queen bee. Like, you know, I watch too many reality shows, but you know, on the Real Housewives of Potomac, it's Giselle. She thinks, you know, like the show won't go on without her. And there's several shows where the person thinks that they are the one. But everybody's replaceable. It's very unfortunate, but everybody's replaceable. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. What do you think about this situation? Can you believe that this group of the Fabulous Five, they all were not tight, and that the one just seems to be a menace to society? Listen, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.